Number 8. This is a very confusing looking graph if you've never seen it before. So let's take a look. This is called a stem and leaf plot. So we're looking at the boiling points of some substances that we don't really know, but that's okay. And then down here, this is very important. The key says that 1/8 is equal to 1800 degrees Celsius. So this is some pretty hot temperatures. 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point for water. So we're talking about 1800 degrees Celsius. Okay, and that is just the key that we're given. So each of these numbers that we're going to find is actually going to carry 2 zeros with it. So first of all, let's learn how to read the stem and the leaf. This column, let me change colors here, represents the tens. And then this column represents the ones. So let me start listing these substances, and I think you'll get the hang of it. The first one is 0,1. Leave some space. Then 0,2. Then 0,3. And there are 3 of those. Let me just be sure I'm clear here. 0,1. 0,2, 0,3, 0,3, and so on. So we have 3 of those. Then we have a 0,8 and a 0,9. So let's just list those. I'm running out of room here. Okay. Then we have a 1 and an 8. So let's list that one. Then I have a 2, 2. Leave some space. A 2, 4. A 2, 9. A 2, 9. Then I have a 32. A 33. A 38. And then I have a 48. So all I've done here is to pull my stems and leaves together down here, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they're all accounted for. All right, we have one more thing to do here. Would you agree with me that those zeros are not really necessary? So I know you can't, you might be able to erase, or you might just cross them off because they're not necessary. And I'll go back to the graph and show you what I mean. There are no tens here to be accounted for. These are just single digits. Now this one is the 1 that has to go with the 8, but not the zeros. But remember that key. This is the tricky part. Remember, we're not just dealing with 18. We're dealing with 1800. Now, you can, don't do this, but you could go through and add those zeros in there. That is just going to make much bigger numbers for me to deal with. So I'm going to deal with mine at the end. Okay? So what I want to do, first of all, I want to find the mode. Do you see anything in here that's duplicated? I do, right there. That one's in there 3 times. That is the mode. But remember, it's not 3. It's a 3 with 2 zeros according to that key. We have to provide those 2 zeros. So we know the mode. Let's get our median. And I've already forgotten how many I had. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So halfway of 16 would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the median is going to be between the 18 and the 22. The median would be right in here, between the 18 and the 22. Well, you can physically count if you want, but the easiest thing for me is to do the math. So 18 plus 22 is 40, and 40 divided by 2 is 20. So the median on this one is 20. And you may be saying, but Amanda, there's not a 20. 20 is not one of my numbers. And that's okay, because it doesn't have to be. That would be the middle of this data set, even though that's not one of the temperatures that was recorded. But remember, it's not just a 20, it's a 2000. So the median temperature in this set is 2000. The mode temperature is 300 degrees centigrade. And you see how I'm bringing those zeros back in at the last minute for these. Okay, the range is going to be the 48 minus the 1. That's your smallest one. So the range here is 4,700 degrees centigrade. There is a very wide variance here. We're talking about some different substances, probably gold, really strong metals that would melt at these temperatures. All right, we need to get the mean. And let's do that by adding. Remember, this is a two-step deal. We know the 16 on the bottom because that's the 16 temperatures that we've counted. But here we go. I'm not adding zeros until the end. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9, plus 8 plus 9 plus 18 plus 22 plus 24 plus 29 plus 29, 32, 33, 38, 48 equals 302. I would probably do that again just to be sure. I will off camera, but I end up with 18.875. So I'm going to go ahead and round that to 19 so that I can put those 2 zeros back on there. So it is about 1900 degrees centigrade or Celsius. That's a tough problem. Those stem and leaf plots are hard if you've not, they're hard if you have seen them before. But if you've never seen one of those, they are not for the weak-hearted.